Welcome to the 100,000 subscriber knife giveaway. That's what we're going to be making the knife from. This is all the offcuts of my Damascus. I got a stainless steel tube, and we're going to use some 80 CRV2 for the core. Let's get some of these cleaned up. We're going to weld them up, get them in a tube with some powdered steel.
After cleaning all the pieces up on the grinder, I took them to the TIG welder so I could kind of tack them together so they wouldn't fall apart when I put them in the can.
So, little change of plans. When I had these welded together, they were just way too long. And since this is a 2-inch canister, I just cut these in half. Just broke them in half. And I'll put, this is the 80 CRV, this, and I want these on the outside because this has got some cool mosaic, and this stuff will kind of show through. Good. There's the can. We're going to fill the rest with 1095 powder. So I just did a really bonehead move, and I put the cap on, welded it up, and forgot which way they were running on the inside. So I just sliced this so I could see the things inside, and now that I know, I'm going to be pressing it this way, so I'm going to have 2 lines of weld here, so I'll know which sides to press on. But guys, if you're going to make some orientation in a canister, make sure you mark it.
Looking at the video now, I think I probably could have got this a little hotter. It did end up working, but I get a few cracks, and you'll see what I mean. Now it's screaming hot.
So here's the billet after the canister came off. You saw I had a little bit of difficulty with that, but not too bad. But the problem is, you can see there's some cracks in here. I don't think they go. I ground a bunch off this side, and I almost got them to go away. So I think I should be able to save this. I just got to clean it up on the grinder, and then we'll put it back in the forge.
I don't bother showing it, but I did actually have to stop and grind out some cracks as it was going, just to make sure they didn't get bigger as I forged this out, but I have success for sure. So originally my hopes were to have the 80 CRV on the core. That really didn't turn out perfectly. As I forged it here, I think the core moved around a little bit, but it ends up turning out really well anyway.
Well, I got the billet all forged out. There's a few little cracks on the edges, but I think I managed to get a good piece of steel out of it. You can see it's over 12 inches long, so that's pretty cool. This is what we're going to make. Kind of a new profile, but I really like it. It's got a harpoon tip, and this kind of comes to a point here, which I think is kind of cool. So, not going to be forging this one to shape, so don't give me any shit about it, because this one was so temperamental with cracks and stuff. I don't want to risk forging it any more than I have to. So, gonna cut it out of this, and yeah, let's get moving.
Now I'm going to take it to the grinder and refine the profile before I end up doing these sides on the surface grinder. It's always a good idea to remove scale with an angle grinder and save your belts.
So here we are with the profile on the giveaway knife. I've taken it to the surface grinder and smoothed it out. It's nice and flat. Now we're going to drill some holes in the handle, and we're going to do the false edge and then grind the bevels.
Here I'm putting in that sharpening choil with a chainsaw file. Because this has got a harpoon edge, it's a lot easier just to put the false edge in on the grinder, and I don't need to use my file jig. Now I've got one of the Broadbeck incinerator belts, and we're putting in the bevels.
There it is after the initial grind. I love this profile. I'm really loving how it's turned out. I just did a little test etch, and if you guys can see some of that, it looks really cool through here. These lines kind of radiate from a central area. This is going to turn out to be an awesome blade. I'm kind of sorry it's going to be a giveaway knife, but that's okay. Let's drill the handle and put some holes in it, and then we'll get it in the oven for normalization.
The 80 CRV didn't actually end up on the core here, the Damascus did. So that's why this is going into Parks 50.
So the blade has been etched. I put my maker's mark on it. I didn't show you guys, but you'll see it in the final shots. Now it's time to put the handle on. So what I'm going to be using is this maple burl. It's kind of a grayish purple color. We'll see when it finally finishes, but it looks really nice. And it's kind of thin because it's a big handle, so that's good. So I think I'm going to match the curve on the front here, like that. I think that'll be a cool effect, something like that. All right, we're all ready for glue up.
Now I'm just grinding down the pins, squaring up the handle material, and then we'll start to contour it. Since the tang was sanded, it's all shiny. Now I'm just using some acid to re-etch it.
So now I'm going to hit it with a heat gun. Just heat this up a little bit, and then I'm going to apply some wax. And I'm going to hit it with a little bit more heat. Now we're just going to shine it up, and we're all done.
Well, folks, are you ready to find out how you can win this knife? It's really simple. All you need to do is put a comment down below with the text 100K. All of my patrons, my Patreon members will automatically be given one extra entry. They can add their own, but they'll be given one extra entry. And please, everyone, don't put multiple comments, okay? Those will be detected and removed. So don't do it. It won't help you. So put a comment with the text 100K. I will be randomly drawing a winner probably in about a week or so. I will let you know through the community page. So do that. Also, I will ship the knife within the United States. If it's anywhere outside of the United States, you guys will have to pay for shipping. And it does not come with a sheath. If you want a sheath, then contact me and we can arrange payment of a sheath. So I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to win this knife. Thanks for joining me on this build, and stay tuned for some more pictures. Remember, put 100K in the comments below.